Public Arts Commission. We will just have, I'll call this meeting to order, and we'll just have everybody go around quickly and just briefly introduce themselves. We can start, yeah.
Elias Gwynn.
Yep, that's fine.
Emma Rader.
Sophia Gutierrez.
Emmanuel Carter.
Savannah Robity.
Saisha Berg, Commissioner of Parks.
All right. So yes, we will review the minutes from last week's meeting. There isn't a whole lot on there. We didn't have quorum, but just to kind of review, make sure everybody reviews it. Yeah, we'll just look at that.
I move to approve.
Second.
All right. So all in favor? Perfect. Motion passes with all. Perfect. All right, so we'll move on to our main motions. We have SPAC 2519, Jump Shot and Skyline by Ali Walker. If you would like to come up. And yeah, if you want to tell us a little bit about your proposal.
Yes, I'm looking to paint a mural on the side of the CNC Mini Mart over on North Salina Street. The owner would like to do the Syracuse City skyline at dusk on both sides of the entryway. And then on the corner, entitled Jump Shot, he would just like a very, very generic character, reaching up for a jump shot with just a nice orange-blue palette to just match our lovely city.
Yeah, awesome. Shaisha, because I know we don't have in color. Do you have an image in color?
Oh, yep, I do, I think. Sorry. I
No,
don't
you're
know why I
fine.
didn't come.
Just so that we can look over.
You know what? I don't know if I do.
Do you have one in
I
color?
don't.
Nope. Let's say, Ali, do you have an image in color, perchance, just so that we can, just a quick look at it?
And Allie, these Coca-Cola logos, they're advertisements that are currently on the building, or
They're already currently on the
Okay.
building, and they are for
The business itself.
Yeah,
business
okay,
itself.
okay.
They're
That's
in
not part of
coordination
the
with
design.
their Coca-Cola deal and nothing to do with
Gotcha. And then, because I'm kind of in the logo mindset, this basketball form in the background does have the feeling of a logo to me. Oh, no, seeing it in color changes it completely, okay. Because there's like a national basketball league with a blue tone, something.
No, I try to stay away from
Yeah.
anything that would have to do, but I wanted to at least capture the idea.
This is why it being in color matters, because like my brain went to that other recognizable.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it, encapsulated
Yeah.
basketball
Yeah.
With the gentleman jumping up there in case you missed that right there.
Gotcha, yeah.
Yeah, and it just
Okay.
very literal.
I was gonna say, yeah, we can open up to any other questions.
What's the condition of the wall right now?
They repaired the bottom, so if, unfortunately, your black and whites don't probably show it, but they repaired the bottom of the wall too as well, and the sidewalk. It was just, over time period, had worn down. So they've, over the summer, they've got all new bottom exterior, repaired the wall, and then they repaired the sidewalk too as well. It looks like between switching owners, there was a sidewalk that was put in. So there were some parking stoppers there that they also moved to as well. And then he's in the process of also repairing the back portion of the wall that nobody can see, but he just wants it done. It's a brand new owner that has just taken over this building and business.
Is there a maintenance plan? Because I can imagine if it's had issues before. Could.
Is maintenance plan as far as, I mean, most of the murals that I've painted here around Syracuse, we put a UV coating over it. I make sure that there's a nice, the building's primed, ready to go, so there's a nice backdrop, and usually they last up to about 7-8 years, and I take a lot of pride in my art, so if there's any defacing, it's usually gone within a week. The owners and I usually just have a small agreement where they'll just call me back in, and I just make sure everything looks great.
Thank you.
I just have a quick question on time frame, because right now it's very difficult. So
It took me a little while to find the right person, so
Yes.
it was scheduled for the summer.
Yeah.
We've now pushed it back, and we're just going to hope for spring as
Okay.
soon as we get a nice piece of weather.
That's fair. Okay.
Looks like we'll start with the front, and then we'll go to the back side as well.
Okay, perfect. Any other questions? Thoughts? Can I get a motion?
Let's go. I motion to approve.
Second, all right. So we have Devan and Elias. All right, all in favor? Yep, awesome. Great.
Thank you very much.
Yay.
So the motion
Thanks, Ally.
passes. Thanks, Ally. And yeah, just keep us posted on when you're completed.
Absolutely.
I will add that I live in that neighborhood and look at that store every single day, so it'd be nice to have some color.
A little more color over on that side.
Hey, Lisa, welcome. Come on in. Or we can, yeah, either way. All right. So yes, I know that was the primary motion up for consideration. Now we will just move into some discussion. I know that there were some things that we discussed last week, but Commissioner Byrd, is there anything else that we need to discuss tonight?
I don't think so. The only thing I would mention is, as we have a new mayor coming in January, I would recommend, and she as well, that we wait on, terms have been extended to the end of the month. I know there's 3 people on the committee now that currently have termed out. So those letters will come out from the mayor's office in January, and you will be able to choose if you stay on the committee or not, the commission or not. Other than that, there were questions posed at the last meeting. I am still working through some of those. I did bring some of the ordinance with me because I've been studying and reading through them. And I think what was recommended last meeting to host like a Art Commission 101 to revisit some of this. We just have to talk about when that could take place, what your schedules look like. We said I recommend we start with the commission and then even do a public meeting about, this is what the application is, this is how you go through the process, this is who we are, this is what public art coordinator is.
Can we do an annual public info session?
Yep.
I think during the winter is a great time because people are usually planning around that time. And it's not like the summers, everyone's traveling and that gets difficult or they're working on stuff. But if we do a yearly info session, that gives, a lot of community members opportunity to come in, people who've never done murals before.
I agree, and new artists that may be afraid
Yeah.
of the process because they just don't know.
Yeah. And it also is an opportunity to orient any new commission members because we do change off and often it's just like, here's, the packet's great, I'm really glad Tina did that, but usually we're like, welcome, okay, now let's get started.
Yes. No, for sure.
Okay.
Agreed.
I think it might also be helpful to have that hybrid, like if we could do that somehow on Zoom. I know that it's live streamed, but
The info session, I believe we could. I'm still trying to dig deep and figure out if we can do meetings virtually. I'm still reading through the literature.
From what I've heard, because I checked in with Tina too, to see about this, I don't think we can, for open meeting law reasons, that they have to be public like that. Because essentially, like, we can't have a public open meeting on Zoom. Yeah.
It can be WebEx though, because that's what the state uses. And that's what we did during COVID.
See, but I think that was a special circumstances. I think they've dropped all those things because, they set it all up for COVID so that, yes, people can do that, but I think they dropped a lot of that. Unless maybe we can try to add that back in. I don't know based on the open meeting law, and maybe that's something we need to just review as well, open meeting laws and what we need to do for these meetings. Because if we could do some Zoom things, that would be very helpful. But I don't know if realistically that is something that we can do. Yeah, just a quick refresher too for some of the stuff we talked about last week. We talked about commissioner terms, so making sure that we're, again, so kind of checking whose terms are up. How do we kind of talk about the process of having people step down or step up, especially because this is a volunteer commission, so everybody has a day job. And because most of us work in the arts world, we also have a day job and a side job and another like hobby thing. Like that's real. Like, so talking about what does that look like in terms of how many sessions and meetings you can actually attend versus not. What does the process look like if someone has extended and not attended and essentially is holding a position hostage? Because that means that all of us have to be at every single meeting, because if not, then we don't have quorum and we can't do business. Something else too was talking about a vice chair, because currently we don't have a vice chair. I think we can probably hold off on that until January when we get back to make sure that, again, because if people's terms are up, if you want to step down, then that would be, I mean, if all three, I don't know who those people are, and we don't have to say that here and now, but essentially if all three of those people then step down, we need 4 people to step up. And that would literally mean that everybody who's still on the commission has to be at every single meeting, which is going to be a hassle.
That's kind of how it is already.
Yeah. No, it's a problem currently. So we're going to do our best to kind of start just navigate that in general. I think too, luckily it's coming at a decent time where not a lot of public art is coming in, but we should definitely try to resolve this at least by March, because that's when people are really going to start proposing stuff again.
I would also like to add that for us to even look in on how to help people find funding towards it as a commission, really push that. Right now, TNT is looking for applications. We're changing it a little bit, but it's starting now, like for December. If you guys, anyone who wants to do a piece of artwork or interest, start getting your information and getting out there and getting approvals, because remember, you need all that process done. So there is funding out there, but I think we should also have a way to help direct artists towards those things. And those funds are also for performance art, musical things, if you want it in your neighborhoods and stuff. All the TNTs are looking for people to be members of TNT board too, and that helps to do the funds in your neighborhoods. So if anyone's interested, like here, they're short people. But it's a great funding, and it's not that hard to do.
Can we circle back to the new commissioner? That's the process for that. What's the takeaway on that?
So, So,
You send me an email
Yes.
with you recommend, I found it.
Yes.
So I know the recommendation. Okay.
yes.
Sorry.
Yes, so
No.
from what I understand, and it actually, so that's also why we need to go into which commissioners, because from what I understand, so on the commission, there's supposed to be, I believe, 6 artist spots and 5 non-artist spots. So those are positions that are, I mean, we all are kind of in both. I feel
Right.
like many of us are. But I think it's based on how it's categorized. I don't know which is which, but one is appointed by the mayor, the other is appointed by common council. So what I'm going to say for now is definitely we're looking for recommendations. Again, I know we have officially 1 spot open, potentially just given, again, the kind of information we've discussed tonight, there may be 4 to 5 spots open.
The one that's currently open, is that a mayor position or a common
I
council
am
position?
not 100% sure.
Okay.
So that's something that, again, we can kind of come back in January to confirm and say this is that. But again, that didn't, if you have someone to recommend, I think recommend them regardless.
Okay, well, I would like to make a recommendation.
Yes.
I have a very good friend named Rebecca Patterson, who is an artist, an art teacher, and a small business owner in Syracuse, and she happens to be right here.
Hi, Erica.
And I do think that the non-artist position, there were artists in those positions.
Oh, probably,
I
yeah.
have it right here. I can
Yeah.
read the ordinance.
Yeah. So
do you-
I don't think it's like you cannot be an artist.
Right, no, for sure. And again, like I said, many of us, like, what is an artist? What's an arts administrator? What is that? Because many artists do administrative work for themselves. and many administrators have been in some way involved in the arts in some way. So
I think the spirit of the rule was to make sure there were at least this many
yes,
artists.
yes, I think the idea of it is to ensure that again also that it's not
Jokes
just
on them, we're all artists.
But yeah, Rebecca, if you would want to maybe introduce yourself and say a little something. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Patterson. I have been an 8th and 9th grade art teacher for 18 years. I have run a mural club for my students for, I want to say 3 years. We stepped back from it this year just as a temporary pause because life got a little overwhelming, but I am familiar with the process of trying to walk young people through what that looks like and what is a mural versus just a normal work of art. Have very strong ties to the area. I was born and raised here. I live a mile up the road. We own a local business and are just very invested in the community as a whole, obviously with it being where we live. So I'm very interested in just hearing already. It's already so interesting in hearing things that I hadn't even considered as a part of what goes into putting a mural on the side of a building. So it sounds like something that is a great learning experience and a good opportunity to work with and meet new artists and just be a bigger part of the art community. So.
Chair, I can tell you this, I've been just starting on this, I've been using so much in my classroom.
Oh.
I will tell you, we did the walk for the city and we went and I saw the boxes and one of the boxes was a monster book one. It was cute as can be. And the kids loved it. And then we saw a plain box and I said, which one would you like better? Not good. Needless to say, the kids are all for more boxes.
Yeah. And, I'm in contact with hundreds of young artists every single day. So
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I had my students actually look up. That was part of their goal, was to look up because there's so much beautiful things around.
Yeah, for sure.
Rebecca, can you repeat your last name, please?
Patterson,
Patterson, got it.
Patterson.
I missed it.
That's all right.
Thank you.
North Syracuse Junior High. Yeah.
I mean, in the past, the recommendations were just sent to either Kate or
Yep,
Ann.
in writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have it. I have the email from you.
Okay, so we're good on
Yep.
that then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Also, thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Here.
Stand before us.
Yeah.
Stand.
On that, any updates on the public art coordinator position?
So we had to re-benchmark the position because the job description wasn't clear.
Okay.
We talked about last meeting defining the role of the commission versus the public art coordinator.
Yes.
So it's in HR's hands to benchmark, and then we'll post it.
Do you have a rough timeline of when that might be? Or?
I'm hoping soon.
Okay.
I don't know, but I'll confirm with HR. But
Okay.
it's one of the things at the top of my list. So.
Okay, awesome.
Yep,
And will you send it to all the commissioners when it's live?
I will.
Thank you.
I will.
Thank you. Yes. Awesome.
Yeah. But I will, just so we know, for the section 51.8 Public Art Commission defines the 11 voting members, how many are appointed by council. I guess right now, my issue is I don't know who's appointed by who.
Right.
So that's what I'm working with the mayor's office to figure out. Once I have that, I'll know what positions are open for
Can we tell you?
council. Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
Because we
That'd be
don't,
helpful.
do you guys know who?
Yeah.
I personally don't.
Mayor.
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 Browser.
Hold on, Sophie. You're too fast.
Have a
See, 3 are mayor.
Can the mayor folks raise hands?
Mayor.
Us.
I believe I'm also mayor.
There's all your 5 mayors.
And then your council, Emma, are you council?
Browser.
Looking at my email, I'm trying to figure out. Probably.
I mean, I can easily get it from the mayor's office. I'm working with them on this now.
Yeah.
That way we know when someone comes in who has to appoint. So
Well,
do I?
I should say that I got a letter from the mayor. I don't. Does that mean it was the mayor?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Because
Well, no, we all got letters from the mayor. I got a mayor, but I know
You were recommended by the
By
council.
council, right.
So I'll check into yours.
Yeah.
because we all get letters
Yeah,
saying that
mine
we got
also
it.
says from the office of the mayor.
Yeah. So That's why I put an
Yeah.
asterisk because I really don't know.
Yeah, I
I'll
guess I
find
don't
out.
know
I
either.
was supposed to go get sworn in by the mayor, but it was during COVID, so they're like, you're not gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
know.
all I remember.
I was sworn in by the city clerk.
The city clerk.
Yeah. Is that's who you did? Okay.
I
Yeah.
was also sworn in by the mayor. Mayor's office.
So
was
yeah. So again, I think this is something where we can go into back, because someone has these records somewhere. So they exist, we will figure it out, and we can maybe reassess. Again, that's why I think what's going to happen realistically is, again, we're in December. The holidays are coming up. It's snowing outside. We're probably not going to be, a lot of people are not going to be doing a lot of work. I understand that. So I think in January, we can kind of reassess, relook at some of these things, and start putting some action plans in motion to keep them going forward. Because even to something I would like us to start, again, this is just a brainstorming. I know that last meeting we talked a little bit about the master plan and some of the task force that we have in relation to that master plan. That master plan is now probably over 10 years old, if not 10 years old. So it probably needs some reevaluation. And even the task force that we initially set up probably should be reevaluated on what they're actually doing, what their purpose is, what are the things that we're going to be doing moving forward. So yeah, so those are, I think, needless to say, I think what I'm getting at is that I think there's a lot we have to do, but we don't have to do it right this second. I think I think that's the truth. Like there's a lot.
I think we really need our new person.
Yeah,
And that's what be able to do this all together.
for sure. Yeah.
For the dates, I know last meeting you all talked about whether Tuesday is a good date. I don't know the Common Council Chamber's schedule. I did propose for the next meeting, we're working on, or the calendar, we like to put it out a year so that everybody knows when the meetings are. So the next proposed one, if it's the second Tuesday of the month, is January 13th. Tuesday, January 13th at 5:30.
We talking about potentially changing the day of the week?
No, it's always the second Tuesday.
Okay.
But I mean, I know that's a question that came up. Is this not a convenient time or day? And that's why folks aren't showing up.
I would love it to be not Tuesday. I would love it to be Mondays, but I don't know if that's possible.
CPC sometimes is a problem.
So I think, I don't know. I mean, Tuesday, I also don't know the chamber schedule,
Yeah.
the calendar. So, but I just put on there tentatively, I guess January 13th would be the next meeting.
Should we send out some doodle polls?
That's what I
I think
With some, I would happily create as many doodle polls as you guys would like for
I don't-
January.
I think that would be fine. Yeah. Well, I think the thing with January is we need it to be a month in advance, so we would need to confirm. I think maybe.
No, I'm talking about, well, we should probably hold the meeting in January.
Yeah.
And, because we'll have a lot of new information by then and
Right.
whatever. But as far as like having a yearly, session where we
Right.
have an educational thing, or changing the date after that, I'm happy to do those and send those out.
Okay.
So I'll just have that in my mind on my to-do
Yeah.
list and we'll talk about it again in January.
I think that's perfect. Yeah. So let's keep the January 13th, and then maybe by that day we can. Devan,
Know
maybe
the
you and I can maybe look and see.
You can see when the chamber's free if you are looking
Yeah.
at dates.
So that
And
way
see
we
with
could,
the chat.
and then we can possibly decide like a different day if that works better for people. Because again, too, we might have a bunch of new commissioners. Commissioners? Yes.
Yeah.
We won't have any
Sorry.
commissioners by then, but hopefully.
No, but we'll know, we'll have
Yeah.
a better sense of kind of what
Yeah.
we're playing with, because then we can kind of reassess from there. Again, I think there's just too many things like in flux to pin things down right now is a little difficult. But I do like that idea of like sending out a doodle poll and also looking to see like what the general calendar looks like.
So last month we talked about Maggie
Yes.
asked, we talked about communication about these meetings.
Yes.
And so I recommended, and I did send out a calendar invite. Is that more helpful than 10 emails asking, are you available?
So good. Much better.
Yeah.
I mean, I got immediate responses when I sent it out. So moving forward, when we bring on until the public coordinator comes on, that's what I will do, and I will have them do that as well.
think that's perfect.
That's
Okay. Just wanted to check in and see if it worked.
No, that was great. Thank you.
All right.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So for new applicants to be commissioners, they still have to fill out the online form, I assume? I don't see it very clearly on the website.
What I would recommend, Emma, for now is just send me a letter, a recommendation. You send an email, right? I send an email? Yeah, a quick email saying, hey, I have someone I want to recommend. How do I go about doing that? Just send an email. If I need more information, I'll follow up with you.
Okay, I don't have
Okay.
anybody in mind, but I was just, if we
Yeah.
wanted
and they
to
need
be
to live
there.
in the city of Syracuse.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
A resident of the city.
And not super important, but like the commission members are not accurate on the website, but I don't know who's in charge
They're-
of updating that.
that's-
So they're not updated. I noted that today. I have someone helping with the website. We are still in pause with the new
Even get into
website.
that.
Yeah,
But
that's-
I recognize that Tina's name is still the president or the chair. And so I already reached out to get that changed.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
All good. I
And you all
recognize
added.
The parks, or just things on the website sometimes take a while to get
Mm-hmm.
updated. Like the volleyball schedule wasn't posted, but that's a whole other
it
topic.
wasn't posted?
It was emailed out to us, but it's not like on the website for parks.
It's on Rec Desk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll check there.
Yes.
all the different fields
Yeah.
all at once.
Instead, it's just I send like 3 emails to Trevor going, what's happening?
Yeah, he posts all those schedules off top. Sorry, this is not an art commission conversation.
It is on record,
It's on
though.
Rec Desk.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Anything else from commissioners?
Do you know if they're going to, the highway department going to talk to like the TNTs about the artwork that they were going to put on?
They visited us once already. I'm not sure. I mean, I can,
They're doing
if that's,
South Side-
a-
I know they came, I mean, they talked about it here. Are they going to South Side or any of those neighborhood?
I don't know, that would
TNT?
be a DOT question.
Okay.
I
I
don't
just
know,
was
I'm not sure.
Ally. That's a great question that we've been also asking.
So,
I've emailed Joe Driscoll, but
so
just curious.
artwork has been selected,
I've heard, but
and
love to talk.
it's.
It's digital.
You should look at the meeting when they were here.
Yes, I want to say that was.
I don't want to put words in their
Meetings ago.
mouths,
October,
but
yes.
they used in-house graphic designers to produce samples.
Samples. They
And
have,
then that have themes, and then those themes, which are,
the Onondaga
yay-
Nation one was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then people are there. There's going to be a public commentary
That's what I was
on those
wondering.
themes, but
if we heard
then
anything.
what gets put on the building is just going to be the artwork by those graphic designers. From what I tried to nail
It's
them
just
down on.
computerized.
Yeah.
If you look, they're just like carved in designs.
Bias relief.
So they use the things. But what I was considering is about what images are they choosing to put up there? Because some of the neighborhood people were asking, you know, who's going to be able to choose.
I saw a lot of the themes for the Erie Canal, kind of like
Yes.
what they have over at the Inner Harbor.
Yep.
And that's what they did.
They were
When,
DeWitt.
when we asked them on that, it was a pretty like, we're going to do what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And I said, well, can we, for the future, have conversations about how this commission could recommend local artists and how that could then get worked into, like, I know that in Arizona, 2D artists can submit work and it can get transformed into bias relief. That's a thing that happens regularly in many other public commissions with federal highways. But
Yes.
we were smiled at, and
Yeah. I would say what you did of emailing Joe is probably the best
Best way.
and most effective way. And I would just say email him again and keep bugging him.
okay.
Yeah.
If you have friends, tell them to bug them too.
Yeah. All right. Yep. So, yeah. Can I? Was this
I am
there's
happy that there
nothing?
will be something. Though. I don't want to say to the people recording. I don't want to sound ungrateful for any amount of art that's getting up. I just think that there are ways.
Yeah.
You always to get involved in
Yep.
anything, so I love painting, so
Same.
anything more I can do,
I get you. Yeah.
We appreciate
And we
it.
want to help get our artists in there.
And we
Yeah,
will.
some transparency
I do
about
think that
process.
that the DOT team would come back and talk to
Oh, yeah.
us.
Yeah.
So I don't think that anything is a done deal yet. And
The
they're,
other one
and
was,
they,
they
and
said
they,
the Onondaga Nation one was done.
sorry?
The Onondaga Nation one was done. Their design was, they said that one was,
Okay.
I'll just add, when they
The south
presented
side.
at the north side, they presented recently at the north side. I facilitate TNT meetings on the north side. They did listen to what the art commission said, and they are trying, they don't have a mechanism to,
Yeah.
they've never really worked with artists, right? They don't have that mechanism, so they're
This
really
isn't what
looking
they
into
do.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
That
were
would be
really
a great
nice.
thing for us
Like,
to
I don't
talk to
wanna-
them
yeah.
about.
Like what
yeah.
Taisha said, they're really nice, they have the right intent, they don't have the ability to facilitate, and I think, this project is gonna roll on at a pace that they're gonna have to build as they go, and that might mean making some.
Well,
decisions.
and I think realistically too, this project is what, a 10-year in advance project. Like, this is something that will not be. This will be the commission. We probably may not even all be commissioners by the time these projects are done, and by the time that those things happen. So I think it's just about being patient, being open, being transparent, and that's what we're trying our best to do. And again, I think something that at least myself, but I'm assuming most commissioners, like, we want to connect artists to these opportunities. And I think what we're also trying to do is, what are some other opportunities specifically with parks as well? I know that's something that Shaisha and I have talked about, is like, how can we, since we're with parks now, how do we make that more solid of a connection? What does that look like? And to even less permanent things, because again, these projects that we're talking about are probably going to be there for at least 20 years. At least that's what I'm assuming and hoping. So how can we kind of continue to do the things? So yeah.
The other question is, do we even have purview over like a federal highway,
Right.
or when it becomes the 81 business loop, does it cease being, right? It ceases being federal property and becomes city property.
I think
You
No.
guys have some sort of jurisdiction. Like, I keep applying down to Manhattan, and working down with some of them. I get considered, I just haven't done anything yet, but I usually make it to the finalists. And then, they go to somebody else. But it's for asphalt art, and it's also for getting the ballards all along the highways and freeways. And it seems to be all driven through NY dot, because that's where I applied to. Usually.
Yeah.
Unless it's taken over by a different borough. I've worked with a few different boroughs down there, and it's usually just different people, but it all seems to be underneath that.
Yeah, I think that's something we need to understand.
Yeah.
The boulevard will be state owned.
State run.
But if the city wants art or trees in the boulevard,
Yeah.
the city will do the maintenance.
yeah, yeah.
But
I
it's
yeah.
New York
So there's
State
opportunities
Park.
there, hopefully.
I believe so. And again, too, I
For
think
sculpture.
what we're again, we're in a, I think Syracuse in general is at a weird like growth period for a lot of different things, for businesses, but also for the arts. I think I started in 2022 at the commission, and how much we've done since then, and how much it's just going to continue to grow, especially in this new position. So again, I think, and also thinking about kind of when we come back in January as well, of like, what are some of those things that we want to maybe push for? Obviously, like, we're not going to paint all of 81 in like a year. And we may not even have a proposal or an artist in mind for a year. But what are maybe some of those long-term, short-term ideas that we can kind of start planting the seeds for moving forward with?
and them putting any artwork on, even the digital stuff, they had nothing planned for the city at all. They had it for DeWitt and everything else, and if you went to the previous hearings, they had nothing budgeted for the city to get any of that. It was in DeWitt's part of their deal that they got the art on it ahead of time. The city had nothing, and through those community meetings, people complained and said, why aren't we getting art as well? And they said it has to, you also have to watch the traffic and when they can put it up and what pieces based on traffic flow and dangerous, because of people's eyes go to looking at the beautiful stuff. But
I would go back to the best person to talk to about all this is Joe.
Yeah,
Joe
yeah.
Driscoll.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
now-
this kind of goes out of our purview
Yeah.
as a volunteer commission as well. And again, we're here to kind of support and assist artists in these initiatives, make sure that they're in the best public interest. But again, some of these bigger things kind of are out of our purview.
But the good news is it's still a good time to get involved. It's not like done yet. And because we're having this kind of weird explosive growth and there isn't, sometimes it is good to not have the rules yet. Because they're looking to grab people. So keep emailing and try to attend some of the community meetings and speak up so that, and tell anyone else, any local artists you know, to be doing that, because I think that's going to create the momentum. And we're going to continue and maybe have more meetings with the 81 people. And then they'll understand that this is what the community wants.
All right. Thank you very much. No, thank you. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll motion to adjourn.
Motion, Sophia.
second it.
Second, Lisa. All in favor? Yay, we're out. Thank you all for being here. 6:10, yeah.
Auntie, each budget has 2,000.
Yes, I did see your email. Or your message on Facebook.
Yes. Would anybody be willing to like talk to me into a short interview?